Contemporary dance is a popular form of dance which developed during the middle portion of the 20th century and has since grown to become one of the dominating performance genres for formally trained dancers throughout the world, with particularly strong popularity in the US and Europe. Although originally informed by and borrowing from classical, modern, and jazz styles, it has since come to incorporate elements from many styles of dance, but due to its popularity amongst trained dancers and some overlap in movement type, it is often perceived as being closely related to modern dance, ballet and other classical concert dance styles. In terms of the focus of its technique, contemporary dance tends to utilize both the strong and controlled legwork of ballet and modern dance's stress on the torso, and also employs contact release, full work, fall and recovery, and improvisation characteristic of modern dance. Unpredictable changes in rhythm, speed, and direction are often used, as well. It sometimes also incorporates elements of non-Western dance cultures such as elements from African dance including bent knees, or movements from the Japanese contemporary dance Butoh. History. Contemporary dance draws on both classical ballet and modern dance, whereas postmodern dance was a direct and opposite response to modern dance. Merce Cunningham is considered to be the first choreographer to develop an independent attitude towards modern dance, and defy the ideas that were established by it. In 1944 Cunningham accompanied his dance with music by John Cage, who observed that Cunningham's dance no longer relies on linear elements nor does it rely on a movement towards and away from climax. As in abstract painting, it is assumed that an element is in and of itself expressive. What it communicates is in large part determined by the observer themselves. Cunningham formed the Merce Cunningham Dance Company in 1953 and went on to create more than 150 works for the company, many of which have been performed internationally by ballet and modern dance companies. Cunningham's key ideas include, contemporary dance does refuse the classical ballet's leg technique in favor of modern dance's stress on the torso. Contemporary dance is not necessarily narrative form of art, choreography that appears disordered, but nevertheless relies on technique, unpredictable changes in rhythm, speed, and direction, multiple and simultaneous actions, suspension of perspective and symmetry in ballet scenic frame perspective such as front, center, and hierarchies, creative freedom, independence between dance and music, dance to be danced, not analyzed, innovative lighting, sets, and costumes in collaboration with Andy Warhol, Robert Rauschenberg, and Jasper Johns, other pioneers of contemporary dance include Ruth St. Denis, Doris Humphrey, Mary Wigman, François Delsart, Permel Mile Jack Dorsrose, Paul Taylor, Rudolph von Laban, Loie Fuller, José Limon and Marie Rambert. Choreographer's role: there is usually a choreographer who makes the creative decisions. He/she chooses whether the piece is an abstract or a narrative one. Dancers are selected based on their skill and training. The choreography is determined based on its relation to the music or sounds that is danced to. The role of music in contemporary dance is different from in other genres because it can serve as a backdrop to the piece. The choreographer has control over the costumes and their aesthetic value for the overall composition of the performance and also in regards to how they influence dancers' unregistered trademark movements. Dance technique. Dance techniques and movement philosophies employed in contemporary dance may include contemporary ballet, dance improvisation, modern dance styles from United States such as Graham technique, Humphrey Wiedemann technique and Horton technique, modern dance of Europe Bartony fundamentals and the dance technique of Isadora Duncan, also see free dance. Contemporary dancers train using contemporary dance techniques as well as non-dance related practices such as pilates, yoga, the acting practice of corporeal mime, a Permelschen Dekru technique and somatic practices such as Alexander technique, Feldenkrais method, Sullivan technique and Franklin method. American contemporary techniques such as Joseph copyright Lima Cube Den technique and Hawkins technique and postmodern dance techniques such as contact improvisation and Cunningham technique, and release technique. Some well-known choreographers and creators of contemporary dance created schools and techniques of their own. Paul Taylor developed a dance technique called Taylor technique, which is now taught at modern dance schools like the Ailey School in New York City. More recently, Jennifer Muller, a contemporary choreographer, became one of the only choreographers of her generation to have developed a contemporary dance technique of her own, Muller polarity technique. Muller polarity technique draws from Eastern philosophy, and other forms of dance, including classical ballet. Muller polarity technique is now taught internationally to student dancers. See also, modern dance, contemporary ballet, Tanztheta, references, Concordia University Contemporary Dance Programmer, Chef, Helene. Marty Sprague. Susan McGarvey-Nichols. Exploring Dance Forms and Styles, A Guide to Concert, World, Social, and Historical Dance. Human Kinetics. PA 87. ISBN A0-7360-8023-6 Origins of Contemporary Dance. Retrieved February 28, 2012 ABC Contemporary Dance History. Retrieved February 28, 2012 Modern Dance Pioneers. Retrieved February 28, 2012 Choreo. Retrieved February 28, 2012 The Juilliard School, Dance Division, Curriculum Outline, http www.jmtw.org/ Jennifer-Muller-bio.html, external links, Making Sense of Contemporary Dance, an Australian investigation. Broken link, What is Contemporary Dance?